Alright, in this video what we're going to do is we are going to complete the square to create these different conics. So I'll go through this part of it, but it's basically going to be given to you like this, and you're going to have to determine whether it's a parabola, an ellipse, or a hyperbola, and then we're going to have to get it into the form that we want. So you're going to look at this and say, well, only the y is squared, so I know it's going to be a parabola. So now I want to get into the y minus k squared equals 4p and then x minus h. So that's going to be my goal here. So you're completing the square for the y. So you want to get everything else to the other side. So it's going to be y squared. So x minus 3. So we complete the square. So it's going to be half of negative 3 squared. So we're adding 9. So we add 9. We complete the square to get y minus 3 squared equals x plus 6. You could put the 1 like that. Okay, so from here we can get all the parts to it. So the vertex is going to be negative 6 comma 3. The p, or the 4p in this case, is 1. So p equals 1/4. So let me just go ahead and do a graph here real quick. So we're going to be at negative 6, 3. I know it's going to open to the right. We can pick a point. You can go back to the original actually. If y is 0, x is 3. And then I could just kind of map it up here. So that's enough for the graph, like that. So what I did was I went up here, and I picked y to be 0. So if y is 0, then x is 3. And I just plotted that point. So all I need is the focus and the directrix. So we're at negative 6, 3. So the focus is this way. So it's going to be negative 6 plus 1/4, and then comma 3. And then your directrix is you're going in the other direction. So we're at negative 6. So x equals negative 6, and then we're going to subtract 1/4. So negative 6 and 1/4. All right, so this one is going to be probably an ellipse. We don't know for certain till we complete the square, but I'm going to go out on a limb here because there's a plus in the middle. So when I look here, there's a plus, and they're both squared. So both squared, it's going to be ellipse or hyperbola. So for these, you want to separate it as just two separate problems. So I'm going to collect the x's together. And then you want to collect the y's together. And then move over the constant. So I'm going to complete the square for just the x. So plus half of the middle squared, we add 9. This I have to take out. So this becomes x plus 3 squared. I'm going to take out the 4. And then we're going to complete the square. So that's 0. I'm going to take half of negative 2, which is negative 1 squared. So I'm adding 1 times 4, I'm adding 4. So we're going to get x plus 3 squared plus 4, y minus 1 squared equals 4. Divide over the 4. And we get x plus 3 squared over 4, and then y minus 1 squared over 1 equals 1. Okay, the center is negative 3 comma 1. Remember, for the ellipse, the a is the bigger one, so a squared is 4. A is plus or minus 2. B squared is 1. B is plus or minus 1. And then c squared equals a squared minus b squared. So it's 3. So c is plus or minus root 3. Okay? And then to get the vertices, we know we're going to be on the x-axis here. So it's negative 3 comma 1. You come up here, so you're going left and right 2. Then you're going up and down 1. So it looks like that. And then to get the focus point, it's off of the center. So it's negative 3 and then plus or minus root 3 comma the same height, which is 1. And then our vertices are going to be negative 3 plus or minus 2 comma 1. So you can leave this all unsimplified and then just go ahead and throw in your focus points in there. All right, this one is a hyperbola. So I'm going to separate. So we're going to get 4x squared plus 8x, and then minus 3y squared equals negative 16. So we complete the square, take out the 4. You get x squared plus 2x, and then negative 3y squared, negative 16. All right, so half of 2 is 1. So we're adding 1 times 4. So we're adding 4. And then that just stays. So there's nothing to complete the square for. So we get 4x plus 1 squared minus 3y squared equals negative 12. So this is what you have to be careful about with hyperbola, because a lot matters in the hyperbola. Whatever shows up first is what you have to graph, right? It's the axis that you graph it on. But in the hyperbola, the minus is always in the middle. So if you divide by a negative 12, divide by a negative 12, divide by negative 12, these flip. This is a double negative. It becomes positive. It's going to go in the front. This is 1 positive, 1 negative. It's going to go on the back end. So the y squared ends up first. So we get y squared over 4, and then x plus 1 squared over 3 equals 1. And that's important because that changes the whole dynamics of this, okay? That tells me that it's on the y-axis. So the center is negative 1 comma 0. It's always the x first, then the y. And it's on the vertical, so you're going up 2, down 2. The slope is plus or minus a over b if it's vertical. Okay, so we know that a is 2 and b is root 3. So plus or minus 2 and plus or minus root 3. So I'm going to go up 2 over root 3, which is about 1.7. So maybe here, 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 and there. You can draw your asymptotes like that, okay? And then it's on the vertical, right? Because this is first, like that and like that. All right, so let's go ahead and label our points here. So the vertices are going to be, so the center's at negative 1, 0. So the vertices are negative 1, 0 plus or minus the a value, which is 2. So 0, 2, and then 0, negative 2. The focus, it's going to be c squared equals a squared plus b squared. So c equals root 7. So the focus is going to be negative 1. And then 0 plus or minus square root of 7. And lastly, you want to make sure that you get the asymptotes. So it's going to be y minus 0 equals m, and then x plus 1. So you can literally take that from here, okay, because they both run through the center. So whatever the center is, and then we said that the slope was a over b, so it's 2 over root 3. So you get y minus 0 plus or minus 2 over root 3 x plus 1. All right, I'm going to do one more. I'm going to do this one. It's a parabola. For whatever reason, students seem to struggle with parabolas. Once we do ellipses and hyperbolas, parabolas by themselves we seem to do okay, but then when they're put together with the others, I don't know, it tends to be a problem. But I'm going to go ahead and, let's see, I'm going to make the x squared positive, so I'm going to bring it over, minus 10x. I'm going to leave the y here, like that, okay? So this stayed, this went over. I'm just going to rewrite it, so it's x squared minus 10x equals y minus 21. I'm going to complete the square. So half of negative 10 is negative 5 squared, so we add 25. So we're going to get x minus 5 squared equals y plus 4. this, and we could put a 1 here. Okay, so the vertex is 5, negative 4. This one's going to go upwards. So it's at 5, negative 4. Here, you can pick any point. I'm going to go to the original. So if x is 0, y is 21. So that's way up here. So I'm just going to go ahead and graph it like this. You can map it like that. All right, and then p, or 4p, is 1. So p equals 1/4. So you're going up and down a fourth. I can go ahead and draw it in there, but we want to make sure we accurately label it. So you're at negative 4. So the focus is going to be 5, negative 4 plus a fourth because you're going up. So that's the focus point. And the directrix is y equals, you're at negative 4 and you're going to take away a fourth. That is your directrix. Okay. All right, you guys. Again, please send me an email if you have any questions about the homework or any questions about the notes.